All right, ladies, so I'm coming on today to talk about a few things that you can do to help support your and your kiddos' immune systems going back to school. Whether they're even staying home or maybe they're going back to school, whatever you guys decided, it's still a really good idea to keep their immune system strong because whenever like you do go out in public or anything like that, you have a strong, stable immune system so that you don't have to worry about, catching anything at that point because you're already there to fight it. So today I'm going to talk about Thieves Essential Oil. So, this is the weirdest name, right? Thieves. Why would you name an essential oil blend called Thieves? That's just kind of weird. And the reason that it's called Thieves is because the founder of Young Living decided to name it after the people who found it. What, thieves? He named it after some thieves? Yes. Because in the 15th century, when the plague was going around, there were these spice merchants and, they closed all the ports. They couldn't travel, they couldn't go anywhere, so they couldn't sell anything. Everybody was quarantined. Sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? But anyways, so they were quarantined and these people were literally just dying and people didn't want to catch the plague, so they let them just die where they died, right? So these spice merchants were like, what are we going to do? We need to make money. We have all these spice and herbs and we can't do anything with it. So they decided they were going to cover themselves with rosemary and clove and go and steal from all these dead people that nobody was touching. Because they had some gold coins in there, maybe some fancy rings, maybe they had some, I wouldn't really say a watch because they didn't have watches back then. They might have had a pocket watch. I don't know. Anyways, they had maybe a really nice compass. I don't know. We'll see. But they were just stealing from the dead, right? Well, the king found out about this and was like, hey, he told his guards, you need to go capture these people. And they're like, we're not getting anywhere near these people. How are they surviving? And they're not catching this. I don't want to go near them. They probably have the plague. They're the walking plague, right? Well, they finally got them, and they were perfectly fine. They weren't sick at all, and, they did the crime, so they were going to pay some time. But the king basically said, I'll let you choose your death if you tell me what you did. And so they said, well, we covered ourselves with rosemary and clove. And, the king did what he did, and they passed on, and now they have an essential oil blend named after them centuries later, right? Because what does rosemary and clove do? They boost our immune system, but they also help get rid of the bad bacteria. But they keep that good bacteria. If you see a lot of hand sanitizers out there right now, they're killing everything. That's not good because what is that doing? That's lowering your immune system. That's lowering your kid's immune system. So even if you're walking around the grocery store with your mask on and you just put those wipes all over your cart, what did you just do? You just lowered everybody's immune system. That's not what Thieves does. It brings your immune system up. It builds your immune system up, right? So you're getting rid of that bad bacteria and keeping the good stuff. So to this blend, we've added rosemary, clove, because that's what the thieves used, as well as cinnamon, lemon, and eucalyptus radiata. And it's because they're disinfectants, but they're really good for your immune system. So, Thieves, absolutely amazing. So I just kind of want to give you a few tips that you can do throughout the school year. So this is a Thieves spray that they already have, but this has been emptied several times, and I just make my own. Now, you do have to be careful with if you're using a plastic container. It needs to at least this one is a number 1 and BPA free, and the reason we have to be careful again with the plastic is because if you remember, it has lemon in it, and so we don't want it pulling out any of those toxins, right? We don't want it pulling out the toxins from the plastic. So I prefer glass, but if you're giving this to your kids to put in their backpacks or you're putting it in your purse, glass is not always feasible, right? We don't want it to break. It could be messier than we want it to be. So if you can get the plastic, it is safe as long as you want to make sure that this one, is a number 1. And I would show you, but you probably wouldn't be able to see it anyways. But all I do for this to make a simple spray solution, and this is what I use on my grocery carts. I take this stays in my purse. If I go to the doctor's office, I spray my hands with this before I touch the door. Bathrooms, like, this is what I use. I used all of this before all of this craziness happened, and I'm really just a trendsetter. I don't know if you guys knew that. I've been doing this for a while now. You should just follow me on Instagram, right? Because that's what all the cool people do, right? Like, I was trendsetting before this thing even hit. But anyways, so what you're going to do is you're just going to take a pinch of salt, and you're going to put it at the bottom, just enough so you can see it. And then what you'll do is I put, in a size this big, I usually put about 10 drops of essential oil. Now, in a bottle this big, I'd really only do 3. Because at this point, we're not really concerned about, like, it touching our kids and, like, just directly putting it on our kids. Because it's more of a spray that we're using to sanitize things. I've even gone as far as spraying it in my mouth, like, if I have a sore throat. So, it works really well. But the reason you put the salt in here and then put the oil is because the salt helps emulsify the oil so the oil doesn't float at the top. So once you get the salt in there and the oil, I just kind of let it stir a little, and then you just fill it up with water, and then you have your spray. It's great. Grocery carts, kids' backpacks, you know, like somebody coughed, you just kind of spray around them. I use this stuff all the time. Like, I was that person that was wiping down and spraying my airplane seat, you know, before all this happened. And yeah, so trend center, I'm just saying. And then the other one that I do on a daily for me and my son, and when I can get my husband before he leaves for work. But I put thieves on the bottom of our feet. Now, why am I putting thieves on the bottoms of our feet? Because our feet have all the organs. If you've ever seen reflexology chart, all of our organs are attached to the bottoms of our feet. So it's a great way to take care of your whole body, right? You're supporting your body by taking care of your feet. And so we want to make sure our immune system is strong. So we roll the thieves all over our feet, and that way it's getting to all of our organs. So if we have any bad bacteria or anything going on, it's going to help get rid of that and keep our immune system strong. And so for this, what I do is, so my little one, I say if they're under 50 pounds, you really just need 1 drop of essential oil. Now, for me, I personally use 6 to 7 drops of essential oil. And I'm not going to tell you how much I weigh, but, you know, I am older, so I can handle 6 to 7. But, like, if you're looking at your kids that you're maybe, you know, they're, I would say, you know, in 2nd or 3rd grade, but maybe they don't weigh a whole lot. Maybe they weigh like 80 pounds. I would do about 2 to 3 drops of essential oil, and that's all you need because, remember, this is a concentrate, and it's kind of like Tylenol. Like nowadays, you know, they do Tylenol by the weight and not by the age. Because like me, like I'm smaller for my age, and so I don't need a whole lot of ibuprofen. Not that I take it, but, you know, just bear with me. So anyways, so like for my little one, I would just put 1 drop of thieves oil, and then you just fill the rest with a carrier oil. Just pump it all the way to the top. You put the little cap on, make sure it's all the way on. You want to make sure that it's all the way secure there. Put the cap on and roll it on their feet every morning. And if you can, every night. I do for sure every morning. I don't always get to do it at night, but that is a great way to keep your family super healthy if you don't have a diffuser. If you have a diffuser, then definitely like get that stuff going in the air. I don't remember if you saw, but I posted a couple of weeks ago about thieves and what it did in the classroom, right? The science teacher next door couldn't even grow bacteria in their petri dishes for their science project because the teacher in the other room was diffusing thieves, right? But she had nobody sick in her class come flu season. So that just shows you like how amazing essential oils are. Obviously, the quality is what makes a difference. But God gave us amazing plants and to support us every day, and Thieves has an amazing blend of those. So Thieves is an amazing immune support. And if you have any questions of how to get some, just contact either Kendra, Sophia, or I, and we will get you started. Have a great day, guys. Happy first day of school, right? It's the best time of the year. I know it's a little crazy this year, but you know what? We'll all get through it together. Have a great day, guys.